In the heart of Los Angeles, where Hollywood's glitz meets the gritty streets, lies a tale of shadows and stars, of gangs and glamour. LA is a city where anything goes, from parties to power, where fame and fortune are traded like currency. But beneath the surface of Hollywood, a different story unfolds, one of gangs lurking in the shadows, seeking their piece of the pie. This is the story of celebrity burglaries in LA, a tale spun by a crew of 13 gang members who navigate the city's underbelly with chilling precision. From Dr. Dre's son's house to Rihanna's plush pad and even C.R.U.H.'s massive estate, no celebrity home was safe from their reach. Ride with us as we reveal what these gangbanger burglars did to Robert Downey Jr.'s house in Malibu. And hit that like and subscribe for more exclusive stories from Crush Unit. Development. Tyrese LeVon Williams, just 19 years old, slumped in his orange jumpsuit, the cold metal cuffs biting into his wrists. The judge's sentence echoed in his ears. It felt like a far cry from the life he envisioned just a year ago. Back in the summer of 2018, Tyrese and his friends, Jashawn Daniels, Demaji, Corey Hall, and even Hall's mom Ashley Jennifer Hall were having a blast. They were targeting famous people like singers, athletes, and actors who flaunted their wealth online. They hit Christina Milian, C.R.U.H., Robert Woods, and even had Rihanna on their radar. The other members of this crew were Ilan Lamberto Gabriel, Ron Simmons, Hassan DeAndre Murphy, Lance Williams, Devin Gardner, Joseph Hawley, and Donnie Faison, some as young as 18 years old. The oldest of them was Gabriel, who was 25. Guess these youngins didn't want a typical 9-to-5. They went to work on these homes as members of the 62 Harvard Park Brims, a South LA gang independent of the Crips or Bloods affiliation. But they weren't exactly criminal masterminds. They just scrolled through real estate apps and social media, knowing that celebrities who shared everything online would be easy targets. They were always out and about, hobnobbing with other stars, and posted about it. Easy pickings, or so they thought. The police caught wind of their scheme. Los Angeles Police Department Captain Lillian Carranza, with her sharp eyes, connected the dots. The social media stalking, the specific houses they were targeting. They even discovered a list with more than a dozen names. Their next targets. It got chaotic, with reports of gunfire before they were eventually nabbed. Now, facing the music, Tyrese Williams saw the harsh reality of the situation. What was once a Hollywood dream had become a penitentiary nightmare. But Captain Carranza didn't believe their Robin Hood story. She explained how these bad dudes, some barely out of their teens, went to great lengths to hide their identities. Fancy clothes and expensive cars became their daytime outfits, a far cry from their usual look. Carranza compared their strategy to birds flocking together, swooping down on rich neighborhoods like hungry birds. You'll know later why I used that bird metaphor. Okay, so once they picked a target, the plan continued. They'd swap their fancy cars for bigger ones to carry stolen stuff. Changing it to hoodies and comfy clothes finished their transformation from nice visitors to unrecognizable thieves. Carranza described how they worked. One person knocked on the door to check if anyone was home, while the others quickly broke in through windows or doors. Their main goal? The main bedroom, of course, where they could find cash, watches, guns, and jewelry. Any luxury item they could grab fast became their loot. Their crimes were fast. In just minutes, they'd raid a house and disappear, leaving in their wake embarrassed alarm companies and violated homeowners. One of their victims was baseball star C.R.U.H. Cameras at his Encino home caught two teenagers going through his bedroom, treating it like a cheap jewelry store. The disrespect didn't stop there. Dragging a big safe down the stairs caused about $10,000 in damage, adding insult to injury. To make matters worse, this wasn't the first time Puig's home had been targeted. It was reportedly the fourth. The flocking, slang for group burglaries, didn't stop. They targeted football player Robert Woods' Woodland Hills home while he was away competing. But luck wasn't on their side this time. During a routine traffic stop for something unrelated, police discovered a gun and what seemed to be stolen goods in their car. A search of their home with a warrant revealed the full extent of their crimes. They had over $50,000 in cash, loads of expensive watches and jewelry, and designer purses, all from their illegal activities. The LAPD's investigation revealed a chilling detail, a list of potential future targets. Actress Viola Davis, actor Matt Damon, and basketball superstar LeBron James were all on their radar. Carranza and her team had stopped them just in time, preventing a wave of victimization among Hollywood's elite. The flocking had been clipped, their wings forever grounded.
Please, just stop it!
But this wasn't as widespread as initially feared. While Carranza's team successfully apprehended the core group, it turned out they weren't the only ones preying on the rich and famous. In a bizarre twist, on September 17, 2018, NBC's This Is Us creator, Dan Fogelman's San Fernando Valley home became a target for a separate burglary ring. This was not a detailed planned operation though. Law enforcement sources revealed a series of clumsy attempts. The first involved a break-in through a door, netting the thieves around $40,000 worth of watches. But their luck, or lack thereof, continued. Later that same night, a second attempt ended with a smashed window and Fogelman himself scaring them off empty-handed. As if that wasn't enough, the determined, or perhaps simply clueless burglars made a third attempt while Fogelman was attending the premiere of his new film. This time, an alarm thankfully scared them away, leaving Fogelman's home, hopefully, free from further intrusions. Even though the flocking gang was caught, Fogelman's case showed a worrying trend. They tried to break into his house for the fourth time by smashing a back window. Their hustle was unmatched, even though they were still pretty bad at it. Luckily, the police showed up before they could take anything, so Fogelman's stuff stayed mostly safe. In an unexpected turn, actor Steve Carell, Fogelman's neighbor, supposedly drove by during the police investigation. Famous people dealing with scary situations like this gave us a peek into how even celebrities can be vulnerable. Even though the cops thought the 3 break-ins at Fogelman's place were connected, they were nothing like the organized flocking operation. These were just clumsy attempts. Still, they served as a scary reminder for celebrities in the area. Having multiple break-ins wasn't unusual. Fogelman wasn't the only famous person targeted, and he wasn't the only one hit more than once. The message was clear. Even though a big burglary crew got stopped, celebrities still had to stay watchful. There were still criminals looking for easy targets, although they weren't as skilled as the 6-deuce brims. Stopping them felt like a win, like a shield protecting Hollywood's rich and famous. But Captain Carranza knew better. Crime, like a stubborn weed, always finds new ways to sneak in. Even though the flocking crew was stopped, their absence left a hole. Other criminals, encouraged by their earlier success, started to move in. Burglaries kept happening in rich neighborhoods. In the fall of 2019, Mariah Carey's mansion got raided while she was away, and about $50,000 worth of purses and sunglasses disappeared. The next year, burglars hit actor Robert Downey Jr.'s house in Malibu, taking jewelry and gadgets. Sounds like Iron Man's home security was not ironclad. These were not elaborate plans like the Brim gangs. They were quick jobs, driven by a need for fast cash. Burglary statistics in upscale LA neighborhoods stayed high, about 40% more than the national average. The LAPD, already stretched thin, had a hard time keeping up. They had to shift their focus. Investigations dragged on as the temptation to rob celebrity homes stayed strong. The illusion that Hollywood's elite were safe from crime was shattered. Then, in summer of 2021, gang violence flared up again. It was all about turf wars over these profitable burglary operations. Things got tense, leading to a series of violent clashes. The shiny image of wealth and fame in Hollywood got tarnished by the harsh reality of gang fights. The message was clear. The fight against celebrity burglaries wasn't finished. It is an ongoing struggle. Even though Carranza and her team had some wins, they know they have to keep fighting. The cycle of crime, driven by both greed and poverty, looks like it will just keep going. Succeeding in Hollywood is a dream for many, but once achieved, a life full of protection and security is also a big dream. So, what are your thoughts on this? Engage with us in the comments, and cop yourself more exclusive content by liking this video and subscribing to C.R.U.S.H Unit. If you want to check out another video about a gangster robber, click here. Thanks for joining us today. Peace.